Monday again.
It
right?
is Monday.
It is Monday again.
It is Monday.
Welcome to Better Together. We are so excited to be with you guys tonight and to have some time to talk. Wade is sharing.
I'm sharing so people can tune in. Oh yeah, that isn't supposed to be on yet. There we go. Sorry.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
So Wade has his special gear on tonight.
I do. Let me slide over a little bit. Here we go.
Can you see?
There we go. You can get yours.
So Wade's got the special gear. The Be
Get
About It
yours.
tees are now available from Trendy Tees. Mine just came literally as we were running down here to do this live, and I did not have time to steam it. And I was like, I am not doing
okay,
this shirt
Chase.
wrong. I'm gonna make sure it's good. Yeah, you can't tell. But we're so excited about the Be About It conference coming up on June 1st and. No.
It's next
No,
Monday and Tuesday,
no.
whatever dates
Sorry.
those are.
It's way past
We don't
June
know
1st.
dates anymore.
Does
July.
Does anybody actually know
It's
the
not even
date
July
today?
1st and say, let me look at my calendar.
It's June
29th
28th.
and 30th.
It's June 29th and 30th, guys.
go.
That's when it is. It's next Monday and Tuesday,
Yeah, so
June
we know
29th
it
and
was that.
30th. Let me see if I can get Facebook pulled up on your, or can you get Facebook pulled
Yeah, I
on your
will
phone so
get
I can see
Facebook.
those comments too. But welcome, guys. Welcome to another quarantine episode
There we
of
go.
Better Together. I thought for sure, we're real loud.
Yeah,
I thought
turn
for
it
sure
down.
that we would not be quarantined any longer, but we are.
Yep.
Yet here we are. So tonight we just wanted to have a little bit of fun and do a quarantine check-in with some of our favorite people and educators. So we're going to be talking to Van Phillips. We're also going to be talking
Yeah.
to Amy Lemons and Chris Pombano, and we are going to do a check-in and see how they're hanging in there. See if they are still, if they still love their family. We're going to see what their school situations are like, because I know everybody is so different. There's been so many different messages communicated across the country. And so we just thought it'd be so fun as educators to kind of get some perspective on kind of where everybody is at and what they're doing, and just have a little bit of fun tonight.
Yeah, there were some questions already. What's next Monday and Tuesday? So
What?
we have our Be About It conference.
Yes.
So we partnered with, there it is on Facebook, but we partnered with our good friend Alfred Shivy Brooks, and we are bringing you all the things and some great presenters and panels about unpacking white privilege inside of the classroom and what that actually looks like, and being intentional about when we go back to school to be inclusive in our teaching strategies and identifying concepts that have been kind of put out of education on purpose, and just reflecting on that a little bit.
Yeah, and it's kind of like with Get Your Virtual Teach On, that conference
Right.
was completely different than anything we've ever done before. We wanted to see what it was that you guys needed, things that you needed help with, ideas that you needed. And so we kind of planned that conference around what is now, the timeliness of now.
Yep.
And so the same thing is true of going back into the classroom, and how do we unpack white privilege, and how do we decenter whiteness in the classroom, and how do we make sure that we have representation. And you know, a lot of people started reaching out, and they said, I want to do this too, I want to do this work, but I don't know where to start.
Right.
And they were, you were kind of reaching out to us, and honestly, we are on this journey right along with you. And so that is what we're so excited about this conference, to be able to be the learners from so many incredible presenters. So you want to be there. I'm telling you, I just keep encouraging everybody simply to show up, and you will leave, I have no doubt, a better human than you were before, a better educator, a better mom, friend, teacher. I mean, we started viewing some of the sessions, because just like Get Your Virtual Teach On, there will be components of it that will be live. Shivy will actually be hosting the event. Wade and I will be there. But we've started viewing some of the sessions, and
They're really good.
They're really good.
just like the last
Yeah.
virtual conference.
Yeah.
This is so exciting, so great.
So of course we can't have a conference without t-shirts, guys. I mean, y'all know how we do
So
things.
that's what
like,
the t-shirts are.
So
from.
we have partnered with Trendy Tees. She is so amazing. Her shirts are incredible. And so she put together some designs for the Be About It conference, and she is selling those now. So you want to make sure that you grab
all
yours.
different
So
styles.
make sure you're at that conference. I'm telling you, just be there. Show up, be there. You will not regret it at all, and your students will benefit from it as well.
Yep.
So like I said, tonight we're just going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to check in with some of our favorite people that we have been talking to several times throughout this quarantine.
Yeah.
But we want to check in with them and see what is up, and just make sure they're doing okay. And but we do want to chit chat about education and what that is starting to look like, and what we're starting to hear, what's the buzz around different states, and what's going to be happening. So we're going to get started with our first guest tonight, and that is Van Phillips. He is What My Teacher Wears. Before we get him on here, if you don't follow him, you should, because he is like literally the coolest dresser ever.
There he is.
Okay, I see Van.
Yep. So we're going to add him here on the Instagram.
We're gonna see if we can get him up and ready to go. I think we can easily get him on Facebook. I already
he's
see him on
tapping it.
Skype.
There he is.
What's up, Van?
What's going on, family? What's up?
Let me turn you down
his
here.
Mic is muted.
Oh, hang
Hold
on,
on,
Van.
Van. We're gonna get it straight.
Can you hear us?
He needs to unmute his mic on his computer.
Can you unmute your mic on your computer?
Unmute your mic on your computer.
It says his microphone's turned off.
We'll see. Hold on, guys. We're getting it. We're getting it. Don't worry.
We're getting it. Let me find my phone here.
Are we locked in now?
There we
You
go.
got
We got it. Perfect.
What's up, Van?
Perfect,
How are
perfect.
you?
Man, I am excellent. I'm excellent considering all things, going on in the world. I can't complain. I honestly cannot complain.
So,
How are you
Van,
guys?
This
We're
is your
good.
first time on Better Together, so
Yeah.
we need for you to introduce yourself, tell everyone where to find you, that you wear the coolest clothes ever, just all the things about
Yes.
yourself.
Well, I can be long-winded, so I'll keep it short, but I am a 5th and 6th grade English teacher, currently in Shreveport, Louisiana. Everything that you can almost look me up as is going to be something that is centered around family, that is centered around faith, or is centered around something educational wise as far as empowering is even more particular young men who look like me, because in the areas that I serve, a lot of the times those individuals are minute, minuscule, small. It's not a whole lot. So the more I can almost get into those areas, I feel like our future will be so much better. So everything that you'll see coming from me will have to be almost dealing something with that, and again, y'all can find me at What My Teacher Wears on almost all social media platforms.
Well, Van, they're already saying in the comments that they cannot wait. You are going to be part of Be About It as well, and they're already saying they can't wait to hear from you. Anything that you want to share about the conference or encourage people to come, or anything you want to say about the Be About It conference?
Well, first and foremost, if I can say just simply anything, this conference is for individuals who can no longer say, well, I didn't know. That's not an excuse anymore. And so what this conference does is it allows you into not the life, but in the mind of somebody who looks like me, or in the process of what someone who shares my skin complexion might go through, as far as the inequities that exist in America that a lot of people are still acting oblivious to, or acting almost blind to, but we all know that they exist and they are there. So what this conference is doing is it's allowing you to now not make that excuse. So if you've seen this conference, and if you're even tuned into this live and you're not registered to be about it, but yet after the Be About It conference, you still are making comments as far as, well, I don't know, or I don't understand. All of those questions that you might have, they will get answered. All of the possible stereotypes that you might have heard, they will get dispelled. So it is very crucial that those who are still in limbo or still confused about just some of the things that are going on or being spoken about in the world, if you're still confused, the conference right now, this is the conference for you. If you don't go to any other conference, this conference right now will teach you not just about educational things, but also just life things to make you a better person, because I don't want to make my students better students. I want them to make them better people.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You hit the nail on the head. And as I've been watching the videos that have been coming in from the sessions and just talking with all of the fantastic presenters and learning, just sitting there taking it all in, it's one of those moments where you said exactly what I was thinking. There's no excuse anymore. And for me, I'm very grateful, because none of these presenters, it's not your responsibility to educate us on anything. It's our responsibility. But then it's also a little, and I'm just being transparent because it's the way I was feeling yesterday. I was like, this is terrifying now, because now I don't have the excuse of saying I don't know. And so it's a great feeling to be able to be educated, but then it's a scary feeling as well. But I think that's what we all need to go into this thinking. This is a great toolkit, and you don't have that excuse anymore. And you can actionably go back into the school year, back into your community or whatever, and have these pieces of great wisdom and knowledge to be able to impact the people that surround you.
Yeah, well, I think that I want to talk about something that you said. You said that it scares you to be able to say that you didn't know. But I think that what this conference is going to do is it's not going to give us all of the answers.
Right.
I think that even, we've talked to so many different friends, and I think Van would be the same way, that nobody has all of the answers, right? But this gives you a place to say, I no longer can make the excuse that I don't know. I know where to start. I know where to find the information. I know where to access it. I'm not helpless in the fact that I can just stick my head in the sand and act like, oh, I had no idea what's happening in the world around me. Like, this is the starting place. This is the starting place of a journey for so many of us, and long overdue, by the way, for all of us.
Yeah.
But a starting place, and I think that it's so cool that we get to do this as a community together, because that's what we are. That's who we are as educators. We're a community, right?
Exactly. And it's kind of like, so the quote goes, with great power comes great responsibility. So now with this conference, what it's going to do is now it's going to give you the power to understand what it's like and why it is that we are fighting so hard just to be treated equal. So now what you can do is you can take that information that you have now from the Be About It conference, and now you can go invoke change within the communities that you kind of are spread out amongst, because the problem is not necessarily the information is not there, because the information as far as what it is like to be someone like me has always been there. But now what has come to now, it's almost come to now, okay, now that you have that information, now that can't be the excuse why you don't, or why you are acting oblivious to almost some of the things that are going on around the world.
Right.
Well, the thing about education as educators, if we are not in that classroom, yes, to educate our kids, but most importantly, to better education every single day, then what are we doing there? Like, why are we in that classroom? I think that long gone are the days where I'm just here to teach. No, yes, we are there to teach, but also we're there to better education, to challenge the system, to push the limits. That's what we have to be, in the classrooms for as well, because if we're not initiating change and we're not pushing for change, who's going to do it?
Right.
Like, who's going to do it if the educators in the classrooms are not pushing for this change? Who else is going to do it? I certainly hope that we're not waiting for politics to be the initiation of change, because
Oh no.
Yeah.
At least me personally, I'm not waiting on it, because if I'm waiting on it, it's going to be long and gone, and too many other things are going to happen. So I'm not waiting on politics to invoke any type of change in the communities that I work in. I'm going to be the change agent that my community needs.
That's right. So we are so excited. We're so excited that you're a part of Be About It. We cannot wait to continue to learn from you. We feel like we've already had so many conversations over this quarantine
with you.
Anyways, we're just so excited to be able to continue.
You guys are my quarantine family. You're my quarantine family.
We'll take it. So speaking of quarantine family, Van, you have 2 children, and what's their ages?
Correct. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
So tell us a little bit about what quarantine life has been like with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and maybe you should give us the tips of how you have you survived. Are y'all still okay together?
Okay, so literally how I survive is I literally listen to my wife and I just shut the hell up. Like, I just shut up.
Wait,
like,
say it again, man. Say it again.
Happy. Like, look, I listen to her and I just shut the hell up. Like, Van, just go, whatever she says,
I try.
Just go do it.
I try, but then I also try to like clean up, but I clean up the wrong way.
Well,
my wife tells me,
He's gonna teach me something.
Van, you don't move. So you move it from one spot to the next spot, but you don't really clean the spot. You just kind of move it to a different area. And I was like, give me some brownie points though for at least trying.
I mean, I legit try. I'm trying hard.
Well, I feel like this is a 2 against 1. So, Van, next time we're going to have your wife in here as part of the conversation. I just want to let you know. No. But, I mean, this has really started becoming, you have to laugh at this, right? Like, you have to laugh at this, because who knew? I mean, I think it's been well over 100 days. Like, Chris told me it was 100 days. I don't even know how long.
Really?
I feel like 100 days ago, he told me it was 100 days, because every day was like 100 days. Yes.
Has it really been?
Yes. But we have been talking about this, like, it's almost like, it's not like, but it's almost like.
My hands smell like Vienna sausages right now. Maverick ate by
eating
his sausages. They stink.
Everybody's starting to lose it right now during quarantine. But no, I feel like, it's almost like when you first get married and move in together and you're starting to get to know things that you didn't know about the other person. Well, that whole thing has hit again. And I'm like, I thought I knew you, and now I've spent 100 days in this house with you, and there's so many things that I didn't know about you that really get on my nerves. I don't know if that's y'all too. I don't know. That's just what I
They said, so what they say is now what quarantine has done, it's made you now really understand who it is that you live with. Like, okay, I've been living with you, but have I been really knowing who I've been living with? And so what quarantine has made everybody realize, okay, I need to really understand who I'm living with, and it's forcing you because you can't go out, and so you're kind of confined. But my wife is kind of, and we're super blessed. God has just blessed us,
right?
With the space that we're able to do certain things that I just know simply a lot of people are not able to do. And because he's blessed us in that way, my wife, she's literally turned our guest bedroom into our kids kind of like school area type thing. And she moved some things around the house so it can look aesthetically pleasing to her, while the kids are also learning. So we've been super blessed. I haven't personally had to almost overcome some of the inequities that I know a lot of my kids have simply had struggled overcoming.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we, are partially joking. Some of it's the truth, though. Living with somebody in the same house and not being able to exit it for like 100 days can really start to, But no, same. I mean, it's just, it's so crazy because we've talked so much about it. When you are the most uncomfortable, that's when you see the most growth. And I feel like we're going to see that in all types of relationships, friendships, marriages, as we progress throughout this thing. Because, I mean, here, I for sure thought that come the end of June, beginning of July, we were going to be good to go for the summer. And yet here we are still taking it a day at a time. So what is this looking like with your school? Because one of the things that we wanted to do when checking in with everybody tonight is just try to get a glimpse into, because there's so many questions out there like, what is your school doing? What is your school? What are y'all saying? What is your school doing? What's happening with your school? And so we just want to kind of check in and see what the update is with school for you next year. Have you heard any information? What it's going to look like? Any plans that you have starting to put into place now?
Okay, so what Shreveport and Caddo Parish is doing right now is they have a template of 3 possible models. We have a traditional model, we have a virtual model, and we also have a hybrid model. And so last week, they had almost like this parish-wide, anybody could kind of listen in, Zoom call. I guess it was a board meeting where they were introducing these 3 types of models. And so what they're doing is they're informing us of these are the 3 possible types of models, because what we often do is we often stress about things that we can't control. We're not able to control the controllables because, in your classroom, that's your stage. And majority of the time you can control your stage. And, so right now moving forward, a lot of teachers are just stressing because they simply don't know what is next. And so what our parents, they did a great job at just rolling something out, giving some teachers some understanding. Okay, these are going to be the things that possibly might happen. Instead of, well, are we going to go to school 3 days a week? Are we going to go to school 5 days a week? Are we going to go to school 4 days a week? So what they did when they rolled it out, okay, these are the 3 types of models. But one thing they did not do is they did not inform us as to which model that we will be going to. Now, other parishes have already kind of identified some of the things that they're going to be doing as far as scheduling next year. I think that's one thing we're kind of holding off on. I'm not too sure as to what we are holding off on. That's absolutely out of my tax bracket. But those 3 options are on the table for us, and overwhelmingly, they put a poll out over the news, and overwhelmingly, majority of the parents said they want to go back to traditional, and that was surprising to me. Honestly, it was surprising just from the simple fact of the uncertainty still within the kind of the coronavirus. Like it's still uncertain. Like, yes, we were quarantined for X amount of time, but literally nothing had changed from the time they went to phase 2 and phase 1 and phase 3 to when we first, like, nothing changed. So that was surprising to me that more families wanted to go more toward the traditional route and actually be almost exposing their children to more things. Because if I had a child just in a grade type class, I would definitely say virtual. But again, that goes back also to the inequities that exist. You know, some parents are choosing traditional because that's the only option.
Right.
Like,
Right.
there is nothing else.
Right.
You know, so it's just it again, it just goes back to, you know, almost Meek Mill came out with a song just the other day. It's the other side of America. So it's two sides. It's two sides, and kind of the state of the world is kind of pulling the blanket back on the other side of America that a lot of people just didn't shed light on.
Yeah, and I love that so many of you are talking in the comments. Let us know in the comments, when is your start date? Are you supposed to head back to school? And what is it looking like for your area? I just think that all educators, we're all trying to figure out what's everybody doing, what's happening. I feel like it gives us comfort a little bit just seeing what plans are out there, what possible options are out there. So, Van, how does this make your summer this year different than any other summer? How are you even preparing? Because I think that's the next step, is teachers want to know, okay, what is the plan, or what is it going to look like, and what do I do this summer? How do I even start to prepare for this if I don't know which model is going to be selected?
Okay, so almost what I'm going to do for this summer, because there's a possibility of 3 different models, and my plan is to create content based upon those 3 models, but they can be scaled in all 3 models. So what I plan on doing is literally creating anywhere between 10 to 20, 5 to 7 minute almost short comedy educational skits that identify a lot of the main components of the ELA section, as far as identifying the main idea, identifying the theme, comparing those things that my ELA teachers, if you're an ELA teacher, start leaving some comments, you know, show some ELA love. But so what I'm basically doing is I'm going to create all of these different types of videos, and that way at any moment they can easily be accessed by my kids, due to the simple fact I went ahead and kind of prepared, you know, during the summertime. Because although I don't necessarily know exactly what is going to be going on as far as what the school year is going to look like, what I can prepare is I can prepare tools that are accessible, that are going to be virtually, because I use a virtual model in the traditional, hybrid, and the virtual model. I'm going to use it. It's going to be scaled in any and all models. So basically, a lot of the content that I suggest teachers create is virtual content that can be accessed via video. I'm really pushing video. You know, the world is pushing video. A lot of, if you notice, influencers are creating more video type of content. And so what I think, because our kids, a lot of them are YouTube babies, we might as well create content that almost already attracts to what they enjoy almost indulging in.
Yeah.
And so if we create more video content, then we'll create more content that can be scalable in whatever model that our school districts go to.
Yeah, and it's something that, like you said, that they already use, but it's going to be like 5 to 7 minutes, and it's not something that they just use. You're going to use it as well.
Right.
Like, even if you go back to a traditional setting, you may press play one day in the middle of your class and get to it that way. So I think that's brilliant to be able to go ahead and tackle that during the summertime. And like you said, preparation is the key to success.
Yeah.
And what can you prepare for? Things that you already know you can use in all of those situations. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant and fun and funny, and the kids, man, that's awesome.
Exactly. I mean, if teachers, I suggest you start looking on TikTok, look at some of the latest trend dancing songs, and try to find a way to incorporate that video type content into some type of classroom setting, regardless of what subject you teach. Try to do that, and that's basically a lot of the things that I will be doing as far as incorporating in there.
It's definitely pushing everyone outside of their comfort zones, thinking in different ways, thinking like we've never thought before. But honestly, this is just developing so many different areas of weakness that we can now find as a strength that's only going to better our instruction, better our teaching methods, better our engagement for our students moving forward, because we're doing things, like I said, that we never even thought to do before. So Van, you are so amazing. It's so great to hear from you just a little bit about what you've been up to during quarantine, how you're planning for the year. But before we let you go, because you're always so good at it, you did it at Get Your Virtual Teach On so well.
I already know.
Do you have a word of inspiration for these educators as they go into the summertime? Anything you want to leave them with before we let you go tonight?
If I could leave anything, any type of message with any particular educator who is looking right now, the first thing and the only thing that I would tell you is simply eliminate the expectations that you are going to have for yourself for this upcoming school year. You were not prepared. The school district was not prepared. The world was not prepared for simply anything that has come about over the past 3 months. So the best thing that you can do for your mental health, for your physical space, and for your spiritual health is eliminate the expectations that you possibly might put upon yourself, and you also that you might put upon your kids for this next school year. Eliminate those expectations and get to understanding people as just people, and not people as far as something that you can gain from them, as far as a test score, as far as a promotion, as far as any type of limelight. Understand that the person is the most important, and not the test score attached to the person. Eliminate your expectations for yourself, for your students, and let's get back to understanding and loving people as they are.
I knew you would do it. I knew you would bring the inspiration before you left. I knew you would do it. Van, you are so awesome. We cannot wait to learn from you at the Be About It conference.
That's right.
Thank you for being part of Get Your Virtual Teach On. Wade and I have so enjoyed just being able to chat with you over this quarantine, like our little quarantine crew. You're so wonderful.
Thank you, Van.
Man, thank you guys, man. Thank you for the opportunities, man. Thank you for everything that you've just done for me, just, throughout quarantine. And again, I consider you guys my quarantine family.
That's right. That's right. We'll take that. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, y'all be good now.
Bye. So, good word of inspiration from Van. I know it is really just so there's so many unknowns, and when there are unknowns, I think that is the best advice that you can take, is to eliminate the expectations, take it one day at a time. That's honestly how you're going to be your best self in the midst of all of this, because if you're constantly putting expectations on yourself, that's all, you can't see past that. You can't see past that to find those little bits and pieces that could be really spectacular, because you're too worried about it being perfect or being this way or that way, or it's got to look like this.
Yeah, nothing was planned. Just like he said, none of this was planned. The districts weren't planned, the people, the families, the student. The world wasn't planned for any of this.
And it's still not.
No, we have no clue what's going to happen. The only thing we can do is prepare and control what we can control. And that's the best advice I've heard.
Just recognizing, though, that, all of us are in this together. And that is why it is so important to be in community with other educators, what you can learn from other people, what you can give and receive. And literally, it is truly about working through this together, because all of us, this is brand new. Nobody knows what's coming. Nobody has been here before. Nobody has experienced this before. And so we're all back to being first-year teachers again, honestly. Every single person is back to being a first-year teacher.
First-year human.
And it's every teacher in America. So you don't even have anybody to look to for wisdom or advice. It's just a matter of, let's figure this out together. It's like running up a hill.
What doesn't work and what works. That's all we're doing is sharing.
It's like running up a hill and you duck down and you go for it. And that's kind of how we have to face this year. All right, so let's bring in our next guest tonight.
She's right there.
She's right here. Okay.
With the hearts.
I think that she maybe requested if she followed directions. I'm not positive, but we're gonna give it a go. I have faith in her, and she did. And she always pulls through. All right, let's bring in the one and only Amy Lemons. I like your purple. Hi. There she is.
Hang on. Okay, can you hear me on both?
Yeah. Are you in your bedroom?
Yeah, it's to the point where there's no safe spaces in this house anymore.
Yeah.
So. But I'm trying to turn the volume down. Sorry. Okay. So, my kids are kind of all over the place. They're outside now, but I was like, where can I go for a little peace and quiet? This is it.
Wait, what is peace and quiet, please?
Yeah.
Please help us understand.
It basically does not exist anymore. at all.
So your kids are done with school. When did y'all
Yeah.
wrapped up pretty early? Because y'all wrapped up early, I feel like, anyways.
Yeah, I'm like still hearing the other one, so I hope that's not bad for everybody else. They finished, I don't know, what month are we in right now?
Who
I thought it was
knows?
June 1st. I didn't know what day
Who
it
knows?
was.
Who knows?
I don't know what it's been about a month. I guess they've been done for about a month now. This has just been bizarre. I mean, it's just really been bizarre.
And Amy has made the choice to homeschool all the way K through 12. She all the way through their senior
Yeah,
year,
right.
she's homeschooling. Is that what I heard? I thought that's what I heard.
Yeah, right. So Jared thinks it would be amazing. Like, oh, if we homeschooled or if, like we did virtual, then we could like travel. Not that you can go anywhere, but you can travel whenever you want. Like Joelle can play soccer wherever she wants. And I'm like, yeah, but like that's me. That's me that affects. Unless you're wanting to quit and stay home and homeschool, that's not happening.
So what was the biggest difference homeschooling your own children? Because you love teaching.
Yeah.
I mean, did you
Okay,
love
so-
homeschooling?
Well, I loved homeschooling. First of all, I guess it's technically not homeschooling because the teachers were the ones giving the assignments.
Yeah,
it's a little
sure.
Joelle was great because Joelle did all of it on her own. Like I didn't have to do hardly any of it. I mean, I didn't have to do any of it, but I didn't even have to help her. So she was great. Israel at first, it was like we just kind of butt heads when it comes to things like that. Like if I say 2 + 2 is 4, like he has his own answer and he has 600 different reasons as to why that's the right answer. So I learned really early on that I'm just going to have to let him do his thing and I'll check it when he's done. But it was constantly like, Mom, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm like, for the love, you are not done. You're not done. It's like in the classroom when you have like, I'm done. What do I do now? I'm done. That's what I felt like, except it just was one instead of 22 of them. So I don't know. Whenever I finally was like, I'm not going to try to make this cute or like what I would do in the classroom, or like, I'm not going to try to do it. Because at first I was trying to make it like, oh, I can pull this out of magic and math and I can get this out of reading and reading. Plus we were doing his school assignments because I was like, I want him to do these. No. Once I was like, no, we are doing what he's supposed to be doing. And that is it. Then it was so much better. Like whenever I was like, you know what? We can do magic and math some other time. Right now is not the time to do it. So
what I hear you saying is that you would love to homeschool your children so long as you could give them work and they would not bother you.
yes.
And they would that's the perfect scenario.
The one thing that I have truly enjoyed is them not coming downstairs until 9:00 in the morning. Like if we could just push school time back until 10ish, we'd be good to go. That's the one thing that I can genuinely say. I'll take that part of it.
Well,
sure.
it's supposed to be like children learn better later on in the day. The only reason why
Is there studies to show this?
Yes, yeah, there is. The only reason why you start school at 7:30 or 8 a.m. is because during the industrial age, that's when the kids would wake up, which you can't do anymore, and they would go take care of the housework or farm or whatnot, and then they would go to school and they would get out at 2 and they would continue to work.
Okay.
And so it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, we need
There you go.
to revisit this.
history.
So y'all have also taken up bike riding, which you love
Yes.
Oh yeah, you did.
during this
Okay,
quarantine. That's the one
so
thing you would keep about the quarantine is the bike riding.
Do you like it? I
Right.
thought you
Well, okay, so at first it was really hard on the bottom. Like really, I'm talking like bruised bottom for
If you're
days.
a biker, give Amy all your tips in the comments.
People feel lots of ways because the guy in the bike store was like, no, absolutely not. You don't need extra padding or anything. Like you just need to go bare bottom to it. I mean, like with shorts on. And I was like,
for
this
clarifying
doesn't
that,
seem
'cause I
right.
do that.
I was like, this just
Never
doesn't
going
seem
bike riding
right.
with y'all.
Like, so we ordered a gel pad for it and then like the shorts that have it in there. So it feels like you're wearing a diaper. Literally feels like you're wearing a diaper. But ever since I got those little padded shorts, now I'm good to go. But
Do you really wear padded shorts when you go
Wade
biking?
is gonna make so much
all
fun
do.
of you.
You all do.
all of us do except for Israel. Joelle does and Jared does.
I need
Now-
to see these.
Jared wears shorts over his because it's not. So at all. And because I tried to wear regular shorts. Okay, this was an issue too. Like I tried to wear Nike regular running shorts, and you get chafed if you don't have on longer shorts. There's a reason those are called bike shorts, because you get chafed.
Really?
Anyways,
These are all the story that everybody. This is why they came tonight, Amy. Right?
I'm sure of it. So once we started wearing the right shorts, now we only go like 4 or 5 miles as a family, but Jared will go and ride for like 10 miles.
He's
I
such
feel like 5
a
miles.
he's such a beast. He's such an athlete.
See, y'all have got like, I'm sure y'all have like fancy sports athletic bikes. Like we want to get bikes too, but I found this like, it's me guys,
Cute.
but I found this really cute, colorful, like every piece of the bike is a different color. Like it has a little basket on the front, a little seat for Maverick on the back.
Also, what you don't know right now, unless you've looked for a bike, is there's a bike shortage at least in the United States,
Yeah.
if not everywhere. And so they're not going to be getting new bikes in until at least August. So basically all you can buy right now are like nice bikes that I would never have bought before, because anything that was at a like affordable price sold out a long time ago. So like we do have fancy bikes, but we also couldn't pick the color or anything. And there was this one
That's
like
no fun.
really pretty black and white one that I wanted so bad. It was beautiful. But it was a mountain bike, and we don't have mountains, and it was $1,000. And I have never ridden a bike. I don't think you need $1,000 bike. And I was like, I really want the black and white bike, but I didn't get it.
Okay, so somebody's saying it. Hold on, don't do it. Doesn't have gears. Don't get it. Try to pull the baby behind you. Oh, and if
Gotta
it
get
doesn't
a
have
nice
gears that
bike.
exhaust your legs. Oh, well, that's Wade's gonna do that, guys.
I bought some rollerblades. I brought some rollerblades about a month ago, and they still have not arrived. Yeah, I didn't. Everyone's looking at me like I'm
Oh
crazy.
my word! This
But
is gonna be.
they haven't arrived yet.
Joelle and I tried to do roller skating years ago. Oh my goodness, it was so hard.
Oh,
I've been waiting on these
This
rollerblades,
is bad,
but
guys.
they're still not here.
we're gonna go.
I'm
We're gonna have
good.
a better
Wait
together
till-
live
wait.
edition with Wade rollerblading. That'll be the most.
I got
That'll be all the
street-
entertainment
I got
you ever
street
need.
rollerblades. I want to be an extreme sport.
Well, we
person.
have the cool thing about Atlanta. Y'all can just get your car and attach your bikes and drive here. We have a whole belt line
Yeah.
that goes around the entire city,
You
and so you
rollerblade
can
on that thing.
literally everybody's out there biking, rollerblading, skateboarding, scootering, running,
Tour de
walking. Yeah, but the bikers take it
Yeah,
very
well,
seriously.
so we don't have anything around here, and it's like to get to another neighborhood, you have to cross a big road. I don't know what it's called, like a big road.
Highway?
And
A highway?
so we just have to ride. It's not a highway. It's a farm road. Do y'all have those? Farm
we
market
used
roads
to when we
and-
lived in the country, but we don't live in the country.
I know what road you're talking about. That's a highway. Y'all have a highway outside your neighborhood.
It's a farm market road that leads to the highway.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know.
Jackrabbits.
Anyway, so we just have to ride around our neighborhood like literally 8 times to get any kind of mileage in.
See, y'all should come to Atlanta. You can ride the Beltline. We can go for miles and
We
miles.
could
and
bring
miles.
the RV.
You
You
could-
could get the RV.
Guys, okay, I got to tell y'all. I have got to tell y'all.
They were
this
so
story.
serious about this.
Got
I don't
to
know
tell
why
y'all
they
this
were
story.
so serious. I've
Then
thought
we're
about
gonna
it
ask
twice.
Amy about next year in school for the kids, but this is too good.
Now we're going
So-
to talk about school. No one's here for that.
As you know,
Everyone's done.
people are really curious about what different states.
Let
are
us know
doing.
if you're curious.
They are, because they were all
Give me a
interested
yes
in
or no.
commenting. Okay, but anyways, so many of y'all know, if y'all follow myself or Amy, that our families travel together every summer. Well, not last summer because, they weren't willing to wait for Maverick to age a little bit prior to going on an adventure in Africa. But we travel together every summer. And so this summer we had our whole trip planned. We didn't get to go on vacation last year because we had a baby. We had been planning this trip for probably a year and a half, I would say, because that's how Jared Lemons plans things. We did a whole live about our vacation and planning trips from Jared. It was hilarious. But
They're here for the travel plans, by the way. No school travel plans. They don't care. School. They're,
some people want to know.
Okay.
We'll give the people what they want. But anyways, so we had to cancel our entire trip that we've been planning for like a year and a half, and it was just so devastating.
yeah, we had paid for it too. Luckily,
Everything
they
was
gave
paid
us
for.
our money back.
Flights
Thank
were
goodness.
booked. Everything
Ooh,
was ready to
that
go,
was awesome.
and we were going to our favorite place, which is Hawaii, and we were going to go and spend some time there and just not work, and it was going to be amazing. And so literally my heart was broken because I have just been craving a vacation. So lo and behold.
No, but here's the deal. Like, not only could we not go to Hawaii, there's like 75 other places that we couldn't go because you can't go hardly anywhere.
No.
So we went through like a big laundry list of places that we just ended up, we couldn't go.
Well, like Jared would find a place that we could, like a house that we could have, and then that was canceled, and then it was just so. Anyways, lo and behold, the lemons pull through, guys, and they decide that it would be the most epic, most relaxing,
I thought about it twice.
Vacation if we all rented one RV and traveled the country together in an RV.
I mean, that would be fun if
Wouldn't
Maverick
that
was
be
older.
so fun?
We have a 14-month-old people. We have a 14-month-old.
We were gonna rent a really. I'm sure they make really. Surely, I don't even know. They make really big, nice ones, right? We could have gotten two, but we.
You
were
would let
about
Wade drive an RV. That would not be good. We would have to hire a driver.
That defeats the purpose of being in an RV together, though. I thought you were on a.
I know. So we were gonna get one really big RV, and we were gonna travel. See, everybody says it would be so much fun. We were gonna.
That's because they've never done it.
Y'all, I'm so exhausted from Maverick today, and he napped for a long time. I couldn't do that in an RV.
I mean, and Amy's like, no, Joelle will take care of Maverick.
My
Joelle will
body
take care
is
of
tired.
Maverick. Guys, those of you that are saying Mav would, no. I told Amy and Jared, I said, I truly value our friendship way too much to make this a real thing, because I don't think that we would all come. And Amy's like, Amy of all people is like, we can go camping and make s'mores.
I mean, that would be so. Like,
she would never. She would never.
I think it would be fun.
She would
but
never.
Not yet.
There were no options. Like, if there was not going to be anything else, we were going to make the best of it and go across
Amy's idea of s'mores is going out to a fire pit that you push a button and it lights and everything is set out for you, and it's like hangers with marshmallows.
Jared would make it work though. Like, Jared would have all the supplies and he would get it all done for us, and we wouldn't have to deal with anything.
And then you can go scuba diving in the creek.
In the lake. You can go scuba diving in the lake. Yes, glamping is what Amy needs. And maybe when Maverick is 7, that's what somebody said. And toddlers are work. Holy cow. I thought infants were work. Y'all did not tell me this. Y'all did not tell me this.
It's not happening. Just if anybody was wondering, that's happening.
Somebody said you've done it with babies. You're a hero. Like, you deserve an award. I don't even know, but
I can't,
holy
y'all.
smokes.
I can't do it.
So anyways, we are not renting an RV. That's such a bad idea.
Nope.
Think of how much fun it would have been for people on the Facebook.
Oh, it would have been the best Insta stories and lives that you could have ever possibly imagined. We're really sorry for y'all that y'all are missing out on that, but so anyways, we are going to potentially be able to meet up this summer and see each other. We're crossing our fingers that it all happens, so we'll see. But speaking of a school next year, what is it looking like? Because I know that you guys we've talked a little bit about what your school districts are talking about.
I bet they have 3 plans.
I bet they have 3 plans. Let us know if you were part of the 3-plan program below.
Actually, the school district that my kids are in, they have not announced anything at all. But so many school districts around us, like, they're letting parents choose. Some of them are just doing 2, like you're either virtual or you're in person, or some are doing like virtual, in person, or a hybrid mix for older kids. So we don't really know. I've heard that in Texas they're supposed to be, like, school districts are supposed to be making announcements in the next 2 weeks, but I also don't know if I heard that from a reliable source or just like someone on the Facebook. I can't remember.
On the Facebook.
I'm like, when are districts gonna, like, when is the date that they have to make a decision by? It's just so crazy.
I don't know. A lot of the ones that I've seen around us that have done it have taken surveys where they've asked parents so that then they know what to prepare for. So we don't know, and also we haven't decided, like, what we're going to do if those are the 2 options. Like, we haven't decided what we're going to do. Our kids want it, like, Israel wants to do it from home. Joel wants to go to school. Not that they get to make the choice because they don't. But
We got to be on the same page here, though. Either they both go or they both stay. Like it's got to be nothing.
Oh yeah, no, we're not doing two separate things. So we're just kind of like trying to wait and see, because if it's like a crazy plan where they're going like 2 days a week, but their 2 days a week aren't matching up with each other's, or if it doesn't feel safe, because we still just don't really know like what this is going to look like in a month. You know what I mean? So I do feel like this is my thought. Like if they have parents that get to decide, I feel like a lot of parents are gonna be like, yes, virtual at the beginning because they're so scared, and then like after 2 months they're gonna be like, no, this is not gonna work for us. Like we're gonna need to go in person.
Right.
Is the decision though for like the whole year, or is it like it's for the whole year
for you guys?
That's what the ones around us. That's what I've heard and seen like on their Facebook pages. You have to like sign up to do it for the whole year, because if you think about that. Oh my god. That is going to mess up numbers. Like if they start
at the budget and everything like that too.
Numbers. But I think also they have to, like they need to provide options, because the states make money off of the amount of kids that are enrolled. Yeah. And so like if they don't provide options, and then parents go to homeschooling or go to like other online things, then I don't think the school districts will make the money that they need per kid.
Forsyth County in Georgia, they're saying it's a 9-week commitment.
So but other people were saying semester commitment. I feel like that's more reasonable.
Semester, 9 week.
But I mean, I get too, but you
have to make a
my
commitment.
Gosh. Yeah. Lots of people on Facebook are saying that their district sent out surveys. They have several plans, kind of like you're talking about.
We haven't seen anything as parents, and I mean, but I have tons of family in the district, and the teachers haven't heard anything either. So I'm assuming we're all going to learn about it at the same time. So we'll just.
Yeah, somebody said that their district is making their final decision next Monday. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, I mean, I would think in July for
how
sure.
do you make a decision? Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
I've heard of one.
And everything.
I think Dallas maybe, and I could be wrong on this, ordered like plexiglass privacy folders, like for all of the desks, so that the kids are going to be sitting behind like
I've seen that too.
Can you like imagine, first of all, how expensive that would be, and then like all the sneezes and things that get on that?
No, okay. And everybody in the comments is like, no more school talk. They want to hear about your sore booty from biking and the RV experience for the summer vacation way more than they want to hear about school. We get it, guys. We get it. We're just curious. Like, I'm just curious to hear everybody's plans too, because I'm like, it just is so crazy. Yeah. It's so wild.
It is very mind-boggling. Like, and it's very, very overwhelming as a parent to think about it, because I feel like one day I'm going to want one thing, and the next day I'm going to, it's just like this whole quarantine. Like, one day it's been great, and the next day you're at a level 0. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, thinking about you're having to make the decision for your kids, like for the safety and health of your kids and your family, plus any family that you're going to see. Like if we decide to go to school, what will that look like with grandparents and things? Because that's not, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a really hard decision. I wish they would just say, this is what you need to do, Amy.
I mean, I think it's one of those things, because I know it's making people anxious, and I know people are worried about it, but it's kind of like what Van was talking about earlier. We can only control what we can control. We can't decide this for the districts. They're going to make their decision whenever they make their decision. And when they make their decision, at least parents are able to make a choice on what they want to do with their kids. So I just say hang tight, chill out for a minute. It's going to be fine.
Is that a baby?
Yes, it is.
Well, I am supporting the decision for Oh, he's letting us know that he doesn't want to sleep, apparently, because Maverick has now gone to 1 nap a day, and this is like a whole new schedule, a whole new routine. It's crazy. But
you need Joel. Let me send you Joel. Actually, I'll just send you Joel in Israel, because I need.
I love Israel. I love Israel so deeply, but Joel's. But Israel was so good with Maverick last time they were together. The first time he was like, and then last time he really loved him. I felt like so.
Yeah.
But I support that you on homeschooling until 12th grade. I think that would be a great fit for you, Amy. I think it would be perfect. It would be a way to keep it.
Who cares about what I do during the day, anyways, right? Like, who even cares?
Okay, so I asked Van this, Amy. What word of inspiration do you have for the people before we let you go tonight?
Oh my goodness, his was so good. Like, did he know to say that?
No.
He's just good.
He's just got inspiration, but he's stirring it up. He's stirring it up.
He
Amy.
is. He does.
We need to tell the people this story later. We need to have us another episode.
He's getting me all up in my feels. Oh my goodness. I actually, when he was saying that don't have expectations, I was like, that's how I feel like I need to be for my hair right now, because they're doing two completely different things on the sides. Like
I'm done.
I've lost all.
That's it.
I've lost all. I've like lost all expectations for life in general, especially my hair right here. Okay, so that's all I care about. Like the one day I fix my hair the whole summer.
Oh gosh, I didn't fix mine today.
It's a time. Yeah, I don't have any good words because I am emotionally drained after this quarantine. So actually, I'm at a point right now where I can finally sleep through the night. Y'all know I was having a really hard time with that for a long time.
Yes.
I finally let go. I let go of worrying about everything all the time, and I gave it to God, and now I am sleeping so much better.
There you go. Let it go, people.
Just
From
let
the
it
wise
go.
Amy Lemons, let it go. You can't control it. Let go
That's
what you
it.
can't control. Oh, you know what though? If you're worrying, because I saw a lot of people talking about anxiety, you need to go back and watch our episode with Daniel Patterson where he talks about worry hours and how he only allows himself to worry
last Monday's episode
during a certain hour of the day or like a certain time frame
at the very
of the
beginning
day.
of the day.
And then he doesn't allow himself to worry. Like he doesn't
writes
allow it to
all
happen.
of his, he writes
Yeah,
all of his
he
worries
journals
out.
it.
I prefer to let all the worries build up in my chest to
We
where
know.
then it's like feels like 100-pound weights on my chest.
That's all we're
And then
trying
at
to
night-
redirect.
And then
You
at
do
night
something
it's
else.
on there, and I just then I just give it a good cry and a good prayer, and then that's what I've been doing. So
If it
apparently
works
that's
for
what I
you.
need to do.
I
need
don't
to go
know
back.
that the idea of it weighing 100 pounds on your chest sounds like the healthiest thing to
Right.
do. But you should listen to that episode because it is
I
something
should.
that I have started working, and I'm telling you, it's just something about
Yeah.
a habit of only allowing yourself to worry at certain points of the day that is so freeing. So, Amy, choose your worry hours,
go.
my friend.
We got to welcome another guest
Okay.
in.
All
'Cause he's
right.
been waiting for
All
an hour.
right.
This is what
almost.
Chris deserves,
Okay,
though, because we
wait.
put him last for a reason because we knew we would talk forever. All right, friend, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Amy.
Bye.
Bye. All right, the Amy Lemons, always good for some laughs.
Always.
She's crazy. All right, so we've got one more final guest. We saved him for last because we figured that he would have a lot to say, as he always does. He typically just takes over the show.
Which is
So,
fine
because
because
this is
that's
what he
what
does.
we want.
This is what he does. There he is, everybody. The one only. Turn that down. Is that what I sound like?
It was
on the other
muted. I
side?
couldn't hear Amy at all.
Is that what I sound like on the other side?
I think
Oh,
that's
this
what
is the
Maverick
thing.
woke up.
Okay, so we got bad directions. Because you can't mute your phone completely when you're asked into
Yeah,
the
mine's not
live.
muted
That's the
either.
problem here.
Oh,
But you
okay.
can mute it before. So like I couldn't hear Amy, but now so there's gonna be a little echo.
Okay, well I'm gonna quiet it down.
It's
a
fine.
little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Because when I
Ah.
said, is that
Well, we
what I
only
sound
have
on
4
the
minutes
other
anyway,
side?
so that's good.
No, we got plenty of time.
I think it's just because you have.
Hold on,
The
I'm gonna
Facebook
just move it over here
Yeah,
and see.
The
it may just
Facebook
talk
never.
louder.
Maverick's back asleep. It's fine. So, anyways, Chris, what's up?
I think I fixed it a little. I've had a stressful 24 minutes, so if you want to talk about that for the last 5, we can.
You've had a stressful 24 minutes.
I'll just tell a story. Everyone loves a good story, so I'll just tell a story here.
Oh, I told you.
Although I loved listening to Amy's. I only have 4 minutes, so I mean, there's not that much to say.
Okay, tell us a story.
So might as well spend it talking about this. So,
Countdown.
is that counting up or down or what? I can't see because my head's in the way. Chase is showing me the time. 6 minutes. Oh, great. This only takes 5. So, everyone in the comments is so funny. Okay. So, I'm sorry. This is very complicated. So we have it on Instagram and Facebook. So I had it on my computer that's like in the place where I do Get Your Teach On Live first, which is like an old iMac that like only does the live streams.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, let me try to connect my AirPods to the computer. Everyone following the story so far? Great. So I was like, that's easy, Bluetooth, whatever. So it wasn't picking up the AirPods. So I was like, oh, let me just disconnect Bluetooth on the computer and then reconnect it because like that's my go-to is like turn things off and then turn it back on. Yeah, well, on the iMac that has a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, once I turned off Bluetooth, I had no access to the mouse or keyboard to do anything to get back to you. So as Van is talking, I have to run and get my computer, come here, log back in. Now I cannot access anything on my computer because I turned off Bluetooth, so I'm sweating.
Well, you
Well,
got it. You
That's
made
my
it
story.
happen.
Well, yeah, I thought I only had like 40 minutes, but I really had 55, so it's good.
Well, you should have guessed. So you've been working, Chris, like at
A
least
madman.
36 hours a day.
Yes.
Do you want to share what you've been doing for 36 hours a day? Because it's not coming to
Yeah,
visit
there's
us,
a
guys.
little delay
He
because
is-
I think you're on Instagram sound and I'm on Facebook sound.
Oh, what does he need to do?
No, it's fine. Just keep going.
Chase
I don't
rolls
know.
eyes, you're fine.
Apparently, I'm illiterate.
Okay, go.
Okay, yeah. I'm in my internship right now for grad school. So I'm in grad school for ed leadership. So I've been working at school every day, like 10-hour days, getting ready for next school year. And now we're doing a new summer program, which starts on July 6th. So we're getting ready for that, and just doing all the things at school. So I've been really busy.
And it's really sad because we can't even talk to you like during the day like normal. Like it's we go
I know.
all of these
I
hours
hate
without
Chris's
talking.
life for me. I hate Chris's life
Yeah,
for
she
me.
does. She's so selfish. I'm like bettering myself, gonna graduate with a master's. I'm so excited. And Hope's like, why are you not answering me? And 300 texts later at the end of the day, it's now 6 o'clock. And I'm like,
Guys,
I'm working here. I'm working for
I want
free.
you to
'cause
know
I'm paying
he
tuition,
can ask.
obviously, but-
We can have a chase cam. He exaggerates to levels that nobody would understand. But
I'll
anyways,
screenshot it tomorrow and post it.
do you still want to be an administrator after all of this?
Yes. I do. I really do. I'm excited. I mean, my principal is, I've talked about this before. My principal is the absolute best. So, like, working with her every day. There's no teachers on campus right now, obviously, because it's summer. Our assistant principals are on break. So, we literally, it's the two of us, our bookkeeper and our FTE clerk. We're doing everything for the school right now. And I'm learning so much, like, even things I didn't learn before. And I just love working with her. So, yes, I do.
Yes, I was the one that FaceTimed him during the Facebook Live that he was doing.
Oh, someone said that? Yeah, that was Hope.
Nikki. Yeah, well, actually, it
Oh,
wasn't
Nikki.
me. It was Maverick. Maverick talks to Uncle Chris every day. So it was Maverick calling, not myself.
Well, we try.
We try,
Yes,
but
exactly.
he rarely answers.
I don't think you talked to him today.
Nope, I sure
So,
haven't.
not today.
So, Chris, what have you been up to during this quarantine?
Favorite meal, favorite dessert.
Okay, I knew you were going to answer this. Okay, so my favorite dessert, I'm trying to eat healthy here still because I'm still like, going strong in my be healthy life. So I've had this literally for the last 3 weeks every night. I just slice up an apple, then I put some sugar-free caramel drizzle, some crumbled up pretzels, and some mini M&Ms on it. It's so good. Is that what you wanted me to say?
There's your snack, everybody. That's a recipe
Okay.
by Chris Pombano.
It's so good. And I'm
It's his
actually going to make
favorite.
it after this, so I'll post a picture. It's so good. It's delicious. If you haven't had it, sliced apples,
I was gonna
caramel,
say it again.
caramel, whatever.
Eh.
We don't
Drizzle,
argue with you anymore.
crushed pretzels, like 13 of them. That's only 1 point on Weight Watchers. And then M&Ms.
What's your cheat meal?
Pizza. Still.
Cheese.
What do you mean? Oh, cheese
Just-
pizza, yeah.
Yeah, cheese pizza. Okay.
So
Yeah, plain cheese pizza.
we've been talking to all of the folks about their school plans for next year. It's stressing some people out in the comments. We're real sorry about that, guys. We told you
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We were checking in. We have a little bit of fun, and then we talk a little bit of business
Yeah.
too. But
Yeah.
Van shared, Amy shared. You're really going to stress the people out with what you're about to share. I think.
It's not stressing me out for some. It's stressing everyone else out, but it's really not stressing me out.
But tell them
Yeah.
what Florida is.
Like July
is
6th,
doing.
that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is all of Florida. The grant is from the governor, so I know that, but I don't know which specific districts are doing this, but ours is for sure. So certain schools have been given a grant to go back July 6th for a 4-week acceleration program is what we're calling it, where we really get to work with kids in smaller groups and get them back on campus in small groups. It's going to be a 10-to-1 student-teacher ratio. They'll have recess. They'll be provided breakfast and lunch. And it's obviously volunteer basis, but we're inviting certain targeted kids that we know would benefit from this and their parents are interested in it. And that's going to be July 6th, and it's going to be held for 4 weeks, kind of easing their way back into school since being off for almost 6 months by the time we get back, which is crazy. So I'm excited about it. One, because I think a lot of our kids really need to be back in school. Obviously, we're following CDC guidelines. Everyone's going to be wearing masks. The groups are 10-to-1. So if you're teaching the class and they're all like kind of back and you're 6 feet apart, then the teacher doesn't need to wear a mask. But if you're in a small group, then everyone's going to be wearing a mask. And I think it's just trial by learning what's happening. There's temperature checks every day. I think it's going to be a way easier transition going to this small group of students for 4 weeks, only 4 days a week, half a day, than just starting cold turkey in August with 900 kids that we have. So I think that's a huge plus of this, that teachers, we can learn what works, what doesn't work for lunch, arrival, dismissal. I mean, there's just a lot of logistics that it'll be good to figure it out as we go. Teachers will have temperature checks. Kids will have temperature checks. If they're sick, they'll stay home. I mean, it's not stressing me out because I'm going to still wear a mask. I'm going to stay 6 feet away from people. I'm going to wash my hands all the time like I am. And I'm going to encourage everyone else to do the same. So if everyone's doing those things, I think we're in good shape, especially in school. I think the problem is when I go like out to pick up something to eat and I see a million people, no one's wearing a mask and they're just like living life regularly. And that's why I think Florida numbers are increasing. But I'm not worried. I trust the people that I work with that if they're not feeling well, they're going to stay home, that they're going to wear a mask. I mean, I think we're going to be in really good shape. And I think our kids really need something because parents, usually they'll be in summer camp, or we have boys and girls clubs in our neighborhood that our kids go to, and they've literally been home for so long. And we're calling parents to invite them, and they're really interested in the program and saying, my son or daughter really needs this. I'm so happy you're providing this. And they want to see those guidelines in place. But I think it'll be good.
What grade levels?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing.
Yeah, it's rising first through fourth. And now they're trying to, the grant, I think, is adding kindergartners as well to get them used to school. We usually have kinder camp in the summer, which is like 2 weeks of kindergarten coming in. And I think they're trying to add kindergarten as well.
So is the plan for y'all next year to go back like full swing ahead, like regular school?
Well, the plan is that we're starting on the start date no matter what. What that looks like is still being discussed. But fortunately, our district and a lot of districts in Florida, we have our own virtual school with certified teachers that teach the virtual school classes. So it's not distance learning. It's completely different. It's run through Florida Virtual School, which a lot of states have their own virtual school, but it's actually a district in our state, Florida Virtual School, and the curriculum comes from them, and it's taught by teachers within my district. So I do not foresee distance learning happening unless like something crazy happens. I think people can just go use our districts. I'm trying to not say the district. Virtual school. Wow, do you hear that thunder?
No, I didn't.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's so loud.
Yeah,
I heard it.
But we have a really great virtual school within our district, so hopefully students can do that. And it's going to be semester. I saw people were saying year commitments or things like that. It'll be semester by semester. So you'll have to commit for a semester, but then you can revisit it and come back to the school, and your place will still be at our home school. Hopefully.
That makes, I mean, that
for
makes
like
a lot
funding
of sense.
And things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's because a lot of districts are talking in states. They've been saying, yeah, we didn't really do distance learning like we should have. Like it was just good luck.
Yeah.
But y'all already have that.
And it would be hard
there.
because no matter what, I don't think no matter what, there's going to be full distance learning starting again, because we've already kind of moved past that. There's summer camps going on right now.
Right.
There's a lot of things that are already happening that I don't think everyone is going to be distance learning. But if you do half distance learning, half in school, then you're dealing with teachers. Like you don't have double the amount of teachers. So how are you going to have teachers prepare lessons for in school and then distance learning as well? So that's kind of a benefit of having a virtual school for our state.
So next year you are moving to a new grade level. Once again, 5th grade.
Yes.
So how are you preparing this summer? Because we're not sure exactly what it's going to look like. It's a new grade level.
You're teaching the fun content. Finally, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, buddy.
I'm so I actually am so excited.
So how are you preparing this summer?
Thank you. Yeah, so learning new standards, obviously that's the first thing that everyone does moving to a new grade level. But just really seeing like what we could do for our 5th graders that our 5th graders last year, unfortunately, didn't get the end of the year that they had hoped for or wanted due to everything that was happening. So making sure that we kind of create that throughout the year for our students is something that we're really focused on. In addition to just, we've been working on planning new artful learning lessons because we're an art school, so integrating that as much as possible. We've kind of relooked some of our lessons. Exactly. Yeah, that's going to be one of our masterworks, hopefully. And working with some local artists that are in our community and bringing them into our school for our students and just giving them more opportunities like that. So really just diving in. I have an amazing team that I'm so excited to work with and learn from. So I'm really excited about 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I'll have some of the kids, hopefully, that I taught last year in 3rd. So that'll be really
Chris
cool.
talks to us about his team like almost,
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. He loves them.
They're so great. I'm just so excited and grateful. That
So
I
know you're teaching social studies, because I'm so excited that you finally are. We can talk about things. But what else will you be
As
doing?
if we couldn't talk about things before.
Well, you've never taught 5th grade social studies before. It's a different content.
Right. So now I'll have to use you as a resource for lessons. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But you're teaching social studies, and what else?
And what else are you doing still?
Reading. I'm still teaching reading, English language arts, and social studies integrated.
Whew,
So it's really cool. We're doing, and this is something that some schools might want to do. We're doing 3 90-minute blocks for 5th grade. So they're going to actually have a math block, a science block, and then an ELA social studies block. So it'll kind of be similar to what they're getting ready for middle school. So instead of just departmentalized usually, which is math, science, and ELA social studies, it's going to be 3 separate blocks, and they'll rotate through 3 blocks.
That's what we did at Pendleton
pending.
Elementary. Yeah, we did that at Pendleton Elementary. It worked great. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm
loved
stoked for
it.
that.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm just so surprised that Instagram hasn't kicked us off yet. But
It's about to.
we're gonna
I
do
know,
what
how
we've
weird.
offered everybody else to do. You are the final guest tonight. You've got to leave the
Oh,
people
my
with some
word.
inspiration as they head off into their summer. So what is it? What
30
you got
seconds.
for them? No, you could it does not say
30 seconds. Great. I would just say that I saw a lot of people were worrying about what's going to happen. Just take a deep breath, exhale, and just kind of go with the flow and be open to new things. There's no point of us being scared about what's happening.
Yep.
Everyone's in it together. Like, we're not alone. So don't feel like it's just you. There's people to talk to, but really just take it second by second and do the best that you can with what you're given, because that's the best we could do right now. No one knows what's happening anywhere. So it's not like you're alone. If you're having those feelings, it took me a while kind of to not feel that way, but just be open to it. I know health concerns, there's things like that. Obviously do what you have to do personally for you and your family, but follow the guidelines, do what you're supposed to do, and I think we'll be okay.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you for coming on and sharing all the things you've been doing and what you've been up to during quarantine. And I might talk to you on FaceTime, like tomorrow and the next day, within the next week, hopefully. At least you'll have
And
a
a
little bit
little
of
while.
time.
Okay, I'll call you after I make my apples in a bit.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, Chris.
Bye.
Okay.
So there you have it. You've heard from everybody tonight, and I think that if nothing else, it shows that literally everybody is in the same boat, feeling the same crunch. But we also got some great stories and some good laughs from everybody. So I think that everybody's spirits are
hang
still at least up. That is why community is so important. We talk to Chris on a daily basis, Amy on a daily basis. We've talked to Van a lot through this quarantine as well. So make sure that you're reaching out to people, finding your community. Join us every Monday and Wednesday right here to have conversations in the comments. It's just so important to continue to intentionally be invested in a community and to learn from other people. It's
And
so
to be
important.
about it. So
Yes,
don't forget,
that
if
too.
you haven't signed up for
That
the
too.
conference, if you haven't signed up for the Be About It conference, you can go to beaboutitlive.com. You can find out about the conference, and that's going to be next Monday and Tuesday.
Yep, so tell all your friends. We will be here every Monday and Wednesday night. Better Together, 8 o'clock p.m. We will see you guys on Wednesday as we gear up for the Be About It conference next week. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you all in a couple days. Bye
Bye, guys.
everybody.